Right, lads, you know who this is. This is for you, tape back to you, Paddy Burke. Lads, the Burke there said a few days ago they're going up there down kicking money for those fights. So we waited until they did that, yeah? In the meantime, I rung Martin Stokes, big Martin Stokes. I asked that man to show us fair play. He said he would, no problem whatsoever. Told me the case of the fights, and told the whole lot about the fights. He said, no problem, Bern, yes, I will, he said, well, of course, yes. So, eating up the day, boys, you dropped down money today for a fight, for those fights, and you want them to happen on the same day as my uncle's wedding. Get married in Manchester. That's the date you picked here. That's me, aren't you? I'm saying myself while you knew what you're doing. Right? So, when I seen the tape, and long story short, I seen the tape, I rung back Martin, big Martin Stokes, yeah? So, Martin, I seen that tape, sir, and there's a few issues. What's the story now, Bernie? So, the story is, Martin, is this now, sir, is the date he picked to say my uncle get married that day. Well, that's no good, didn't you, Bernie? So, no, not a hope. And I said, you also, Martin, looking for 6 or 7 months. So, Martin said, a few weeks ago was a few months. But so I'll tell you what I'll do, Martin. I'll stay as close as I can to their date to give them no excuse. So I picked the last week in May. Now, that was even too long away, but I just wanted to stay as close as I can to their date to give them to talk about. So the last week in May, so they're also looking, sir, you're also looking for grounds 20 by 20. So I load the stupid Keenan, Martin, and say, look, sir, we want to go up and fight like normal men in a normal size ground, sir, like every man does, like you do yourself, Martin, 1,000 times. So that's what we want to do, Martin. Well, Bernie, so I get at them there now, sir, and I'll find out the proper story, I'll get back at you. So he rang one of you boys, and the boy rang me back. He said, but I was talking to them, and he said, no, they're sticking to their guns. He said, they're sticking to that, he said, but he will give you 2 weeks after the wedding, he said. So what you want now, you want to fight, he said he'll fight in August, in 2 weeks after Martin's wedding. So what you want us to do, boys, is this. You want us to put the fight back to next year, good as next year. And then my uncle get married then, you know the story there, we pub for a few days and go out in a fight in, what, 10 days, a week and a half after that, is that? No, boys, you want no fights. I swear to God in heaven. Swear to the blessed statue in front of me there, you want no fights. Paddy, I thought, Paddy, you're a different man than that. I swear to God in heaven, I thought you were a different man than that. I know that other fella beside you, Michael, he's only Nancy boy. I understand that very well. He's doing no fighting, he's all excuses, rings and this and that. He's doing no fighting, Paddy, but to be honest, I had you down for a different man, Paddy. But as far as I can see now, Paddy, you're as bad as him. Right? Get up, boys, and accept the date I give you. In all fairness, the date we give you is 5 months away. It's even a show, to be honest about, to give them kind of dates. As I said a few weeks ago, but I just want to give you that date, just to keep as close as I can to your date, so you have nothing to talk about. So, I asked for the last week in May, lads. We asked for the last week in May. He said, no, you'll fight in July, the day of my uncle's wedding, which can't happen. Then you say you'll fight in August. Not a hope, it's not a hope in the world we fight in August. And 2 weeks after my uncle's wedding, not a hope. So that can't happen. That can't happen. You want no fight, boys, we do, in the story. You want no fight, and we do. If you can see those tapes, you'll understand that. So I'm supposed to go out to Martin Stokes' place tomorrow and give that boy down the kicking money for his all here. But I don't see the point in now, because why? You made it quite clear to Martin Stokes, you're not moving or you're not going a day forward, you're not going any sooner than the 25th of July, or if not August. You're not going any sooner than that, because why? You're none of you fit, you need training. So that's a waste of time. There's no way in the world that we can fight in August. That's next year, boys. Are you serious? That's not good enough next year. So that won't be happening. And 2 weeks after my fella's wedding, Martin, so we'll be drinking 2 weeks after that. You know, look, boys, you know what you're saying too well. You want no fights. I swear to God, you want no fights. So, boys, if you do change your mind, and if you want those fights in the last week in May, which is 5 months away, is it? That's even too long away. But again, as I said, I just want to keep as close as I can to your date to give you nothing to talk about. If you want the fights, lads, in the last week in May, let us know this evening, and I'll go up tomorrow and I'll drop down the money to Big Martin Stokes, our kicking money, and we'll fight. And we'll fight in the normal size road, lads. Jesus Christ, so Jesus Christ, you're the awkwardest man you ever listened to fight. Right, I had a few fights now, lads, there was no talking about, without the road we fight it, like a lot of people had. I didn't see no one talking about this and that and size and that's all another nonsense, that. Come on, you're all big strong men, the biggest half is bigger than us. You're all big strong men, well able to fight, right? So just put down your money and fight in 5 months' time and go to road and fight. Now we're not looking for football fields, no normal size ground, average normal size ground, like all the fights will be there. That'll do me perfect, that'll do all of us. We want nothing special. We want to go out and fight you, and let us know this evening, boys, and we'll drop down our money. I'll drop my money on the morning to Big Martin Stokes. So if you don't come back to me by this evening, let me know that you're accepting that. You want no fight. The show won't be on Hull's, but it'll be on ye. So there goes. Now, another thing, Paddy, I'm going to make it quite clear to you. If I was bad enough, right, you're saying you want to fight in 20 by 20 rings. You have no authority to pick any rings, because you're the fella sitting for a fight. I sit for Willie Burke's Paddy. That's not Mikey Burke's Paddy, that's Willie Burke's Paddy, and you the fella come back and send for me. You do that. So if I was bad enough, you'd have the title to pick nothing. You the fella sitting for a fight. So it's my picking there. But I won't. I'll give you that. Just let the fair play men pick out the ground, which would be an average sized ground. Let the fair play men pick out the ground, an average sized ground. Let us know you're happy with it. Get back to me this evening, and I drop my money. I drop our money out tomorrow to Big Martin Stokes, and the fight will happen in the last week of May. What more do you want, lads? That's 5-6 months away. So you don't expect boys to wait till next year. In all fairness, let us know, boys. Because at the end of the day, boys, the show that in the house now is on yourself. So if you want that show to be took off, get out and fight, and let me know this evening where I stand. And tomorrow I'll drop my money down. That's it. Good luck.